Most crystals attract abundance, prosperity, good health, good fortune, all sorts of great things. There's not one that doesn't attract anything good unless it's, your mindset. Bad things happen when you don't stay busy. And it ended up turning out to be one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever done. And then once it was done, I was like, this is why I do this.
Today, I have with me the lovely Corey Swift. This is your first time on a podcast.
It is.
Not your first time talking to people. You talk to people a lot.
Right.
Like basically every day.
Every day.
So today we're going to be talking about your business, right? But before we do, how you been?
Good.
Yeah.
I've been good, yeah.
You've been busy. I see you all over social media.
I've been busy. Trying to stay busy.
Trying to stay busy?
Yes. Bad things happen when you don't stay busy, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's very, very true. So you're based in Las Vegas. Tell people a little bit about you. I'll tell people what I know about you. How about that? You're based in Las Vegas.
Be nice.
I won't tell them everything.
Okay.
You're based in Las Vegas. You have a lovely new business, somewhat new. You've had it for over a year now, I think.
3 years. 3 years.
3 years. Okay. Yeah, my time's all out of whack, I guess. And we're going to talk about your business today. We're going to talk about like how you got started and what your vision is and what you guys do and so forth. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about like you, for example. Start with you.
So just without my business or about me?
Let's just start about you. Yeah.
So I've been in Vegas for 19 years.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I've lived all over. I've lived here longest though, so consider Vegas home.
Okay.
Moved here from San Diego.
Ooh, I like San Diego.
I was going to makeup school actually in LA, and my best friend was living here, and she calls me one day. San Diego and LA are so different, right? It's almost like different states pretty much.
Yeah.
So I was living in LA, and I just didn't have a lot of friends, really. A lot of the people that I was living with were older than me. So they had their own thing going on. I was going to makeup school, and I graduated makeup school, and my best friend calls me, and she's like, hey, do you want to come to Vegas? I go, what do you mean? She's like, come move here. I go, you are, no, insane. I just thought bad things. I was like, I didn't think about like the real Vegas, right? So I was like, no, I'm good. And she goes, well, my dad pays my rent. I was like, see you next week. No joke. My friend helped me pack. I packed up, moved here within 5 days. And the rest was history. So her dad started Zions. Do you remember Zions? That the barcode for like that was in the middle of the octagon for
that's the energy
UFC?
drink,
yeah.
like a supplement. Yeah.
So they had the energy drink and all that stuff. And so we went to every single UFC fight. Our first fight, I think, was like fight 39 with,
Lucky.
I think it was 39. Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin, you know, that big one where they're like, he should have won.
Yeah.
And so, we'd go to all the fights and it was
now they're on like UFC 3000.
I know, it's insane. It's insane. So all the fighters that I knew aren't even, obviously, they're retired now, but.
They have grandkids.
Yeah, right. So it's on a cool journey. It was definitely not anything that I expected. It's actually a real city. People live here. It's real, guys.
And you like it? Obviously, you've been here for 19 years.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. It's easy. It's easy to get around the city, and it's funny now because when I lived in LA or San Diego, traffic is normal. Here, it's, I live in the South, so going to Summerlin, it's like, 15 minutes, I can't. It's so dramatic, but it's easily accessible to everything, whether it's flying somewhere, right? Just anywhere around this city really is about 45 minutes when you think about it that way. So it's just, and we have a lot of fun things to do.
So for people who aren't locals, because I get this question a lot, like, do you go to casino a lot?
Never, no.
Yeah. Like,
I stay away from the strip as much as I can. I think I went to the Aria the other day because my friend was there, and it was okay. It was fun. It's still fun to people watch and do that, but I was like, how do I get here? I was like, do I remember?
Yeah.
Where do I park? Yeah, exactly. Where do I park? Which valet do I go to? I mean, is it free? Of course it's not free because it's, so it's funny.
Yeah. I get that question all the time. Like, so do you live at the casinos? You gamble a lot? I'm like, I don't gamble hardly ever.
Yeah. I don't even go there.
Only time I ever go to the strip is if I want to see a show or I'm going to a restaurant that happens to be inside of a casino.
Right.
Other than that, I'm off the strip pretty much all the time.
I don't even do any of that. I've seen all the shows, so no. Yeah. I've seen Mad Apple like 5 times. But
I saw that one actually. That's so really good.
So good.
It's very
Every
good.
time it's my friend's birthday, I'm like, let's go to Mad Apple. And they're like, really? Haven't you been 5 times? I'm like, yeah, It's great.
Yeah.
Every time it's something different, though, because it's variety.
Yeah.
It's fun, yeah.
Another one I like is Absinthe.
I like that show, too.
Yeah. That one I've seen like 5 times. I've seen Mad Apple once. I think I've seen all the Cirque du Soleils. Surprisingly, the only one I haven't seen is Blue Man Group. Yeah, like, no, don't do it.
I actually went there for free. Nothing in life is free. I'm telling you. It's so loud, and then they shut the lights off. And then when they brought him on, the blue guy was right in front of my face. I didn't even know. Lights are on. He scared the crap out of me. So yeah, maybe I'm just a little traumatized. But the new one, Awakening, at the Wynn. Have you seen that one?
I haven't. Awakening. Which one's that about?
It's the newest one. I have no idea. I saw it. The plot did not make any sense. But the stage is cool. The outfits are cool, But it replaced Le Rev. Did you see Le Rev?
I love Le Rev,
I loved Le Rev. So when I saw that show, I was just still bitter about them replacing Le Rev. So
did they replace it because one of the actors fell? Is that what it was?
no, I don't think so.
I thought somebody fell off of the strap that comes out of the ceiling.
Ooh, I thought that was that Le Rev?
I thought it was. I could be wrong, but
I don't know. I think I would know if it was.
I saw that show
would be
3 or 4 times too.
Okay, maybe.
Another good one. Well, sweet. So tell us like what your business is about.
So basically, anything art. So any size art, any type of art, any type of medium. I make all of my own canvases. I started doing that. So that's cool. So I can actually do, because canvases are expensive.
So canvas is like the material that you put the art
Actually,
on.
I do most of mine on wood panel canvases.
Okay.
So they're gallery quality. I just order, my friend has a shop, and I just call him and I say, these are what I want. And then I bought a little nail gun.
Is that fun?
Yeah, it's so fun. I love building stuff. It's so funny. So I love that. I went to a shop and I was like, wow, can I work here sometimes? Like, this is so cool, because they build all different types of, for conventions and staging and things like that.
Yeah.
And he lives maybe a mile from me. And he laughed at me, but I was serious. Yeah, it's so much fun.
And then you bought a nail gun.
I have and I have other stuff too.
Yeah?
I have a saw. I have a jigsaw. I have a lot of stuff. My garage is where I do all of my sanding and my woodworking.
That's
and then
awesome.
I build an in-home studio in my, those lofts that you walk by in your house that no one ever uses.
Yeah.
So I turn that into an
Nobody
art
ever
studio.
uses.
No one ever uses it. It's always perfectly clean. So we converted that into an art studio.
Okay.
So I did that about a year and a half ago.
And so I've seen some videos of you doing some of your art in your loft and so forth. It's pretty in depth. I mean, like, I've seen some pieces that were like gigantic.
Yeah. So, and it's unfortunate because the camera doesn't give it any justice, because it's just the layers of it and the dimension of the art is phenomenal up close. Like, anytime I deliver an art piece to a client, they're like, oh my gosh, it looks way better in person. Every single person that's ever said that. But yeah, it just really depends on the type of art somebody wants, right?
Yeah.
Or most of the clients really are like, I have no idea. I trust you. Okay, well, do you have colors you like? So now I'm just having them send me a video of what room it's going in, the wall, or, so I can kind of get an idea of what size they want, on your
Do
phone.
they often ask you for like inspiration? Or like, what would you, use your best judgment? Like, here's what I want it to look
100%.
like.
I just do. That's why I like to do custom art, because it's funny. I just did a piece for the guy that I get my supplies from now, and he's an interesting dude. He's one of those guys that wears like the matching fun. Those suits. He doesn't wear them to work or anything, but he's a fun guy. He'll wear like chief stuff and it doesn't match, but he's just funky. He's fun.
Okay.
And so he gave me these colors, Chiefs colors, obviously. And I was doing it, and it wasn't working right. I mean, it was coming out cool. I was like, this is really cool, but I don't know if I like it. And then I took a step back and I kind of looked at it. I was like, it's so James. Like, it's so him.
Yeah.
And so what he picked, he loved it so much, I made him another one that's similar to where it was like matching the same room.
So you're saying Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's fun because when I know the person, it's almost like I just made my girlfriend a piece. Her name's Kendra, and it was so Kendra. It was just bling and the gold, and she's like, "Girl, just do what you do what you do."
Okay.
And so when people try to give me, I had a client that wanted a clock, and I made a bunch of other people clocks and that she works with. And she's like, I love their clock and I love their clock. I'm like, do you even really like yours? She's like, I do, but the problem is that she was kind of guiding me. You know, now I learned to not send anybody pictures during the process because nothing looks good anyway until it's finally finished anyway. And so, do a little bit of this and a little bit of this. I'm like, okay. So then she got me nervous, and she was one of my first couple clients. And then I was like, okay, so for the Roman numerals, do you want like all 12? Do you want just like 4? I mean, these are things I don't even ask questions now about. I just do my own thing. But she made me so nervous, and she was, and I wanted it to be perfect. I'm a control freak when it comes to my art, and I'm a perfectionist. So little things that people would just kind of just be like, oh, it's fine. I'm there like the sides of it. It's like, chill, lady. And it came out beautifully. It's just that she wouldn't let me live my life, so it wasn't what I probably would have done. Right. But it's still beautiful.
And she now admires other people's pieces.
Well, and they're completely different than the ones she had also, right? So I did ones that were like one with different textures on it for a guy, and he's like, make it manly. No crystals. I'm like, okay, I got you. No worries.
Crystals aren't manly, I guess.
Not manly. And then other ones that were completely different. Like she wanted a silver grays and like whites and a little bit of gold. And, nobody else had those colors. Somebody else had like green, blacks, and golds, and you know what I mean? So couldn't even compare it to. Yeah. It's not like, I like theirs better. I think that, I don't know.
So do you have specific elements that you prefer?
What do you mean?
Glitter, colors, crystals.
Crystals. So I love crystals just because I'm fascinated by them. But, and I also I try to go based on obviously budget. Some people's perception of value is different. It's not about really affordability. Sometimes it's about what they can justify spending, right? Sure. And I don't ever judge anybody. So if somebody wants a bigger piece, right? I mean, supplies are expensive. I think that people are so used to being able to go on like Amazon or Home Goods and find like, I can buy that for like $600. Okay, well then do that, because that's not something I can legitimately justify.
It's not going to be custom on Amazon.
Right. So, if they can't afford it, if they're like, okay, this is my budget, but I want it this size, then I'm like, okay, well then I'm going to have to do fiberglass. I always put crystals on there just because that's my thing. If I'm going to do fiberglass, I'm still going to add some crystals in there. Just because that's the whole point of having the crystals.
What's fiberglass?
The fake fire, or the fires that you have, like the indoor fireplaces or the outdoor ones?
Yeah. That's fiberglass.
Yeah, that glass that you have that's all pretty and sparkly.
Yeah.
So I'll use that too because it's still blingy.
It's inside like a fire pit, right? Okay.
So I can buy a bag of that for super cheap. Like a 10-pound bag, which I normally need a few pounds, is like $50-$60.
Oh yeah.
Versus a bag of crystals is a lot $500-$600.
Yeah.
Right? Depending on the crystal, the sizing. I mean, if it's raw, if it's been polished. So there's a lot of different.
So why are you so fascinated with crystals?
Just because it takes them years. And do you know how long it takes to make a crystal? Like
idea.
First, the earth makes the crystal. Okay, and
it also makes dirt.
Does that then becomes a crystal? Pretty much. I mean, think about it. Just the qualities of crystals. I mean, all the different types of crystals. What they heal, the frequencies they carry. There's people that carry around crystals like that. I mean, most crystals attract abundance, prosperity, good health, good fortune, all sorts of great things. There's not one that doesn't attract anything good unless it's, your mindset, I guess.
So I've actually kind of heard some of that. I don't know that I've ever looked into it to know how accurate it is, but I've heard that certain crystals do certain things.
Every single watch that doesn't have a battery, a Rolex, Movado, all are ran by quartz crystal.
What do you mean by ran?
So there's a quartz crystal in there. That's what takes the time. It's the mechanism that turns the mechanism.
Wow.
Yeah. They're fascinating.
I guess I never knew that.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a watch guy. I have a watch collection, but it's nothing to brag about.
Well, I mean, the frequency alone, if you were to, I think this is, Google this, but I think in Canada, I read a story where they take a quartz crystal and wrap a copper wire around it, and they put it, I guess, on their furnace or something. reduces their energy bill.
Wow.
They're fascinating, I'm telling you.
That is pretty fascinating.
And each different type of crystal heals different things.
Are there crystals that make me wealthy?
Yes.
There are?
Yes.
I need
There's
more.
fool's gold crystal.
Where do I get
just bought a
those?
bunch of those. I have some, actually. I just gave one to a lady the other day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So all your pieces are custom. Well, we know that, right? We'll put some screenshots and examples of some of your best ones up here.
I don't have a gallery. I don't
Gallery, like where people
pre-make.
go? Is that
Yeah.
what you mean? Yeah.
Just because when I first started, I would pre-make a bunch of art, and then I'd get clients, oh, I wish it was this color, or I wish it was silver instead of gold, or I wish it was this size. And I'm like, so I'd have to remake it anyway. And then I kind of just sat on the pieces,
Yeah.
right? If you have one that's blue but that has gold on it and their house is silver, it's not,
True.
it's not really practical. So it just didn't make sense for me to cost-wise, and just I don't have a big enough space that just have all this art sitting around.
But people can get examples of previous
100%,
stuff, right?
yeah.
And then they can customize it to how they want. Now, I've seen some very large pieces on your social media. I've also seen some clocks that were quite amazing, from medium size. I don't know that I've ever seen a small one, but
Yeah, I've not ever made. I think the smallest one I made was for my mom, and I think it was like 18 inches or
yeah,
something.
these clocks are big, like
Yeah.
really big, probably bigger than the logo on our thing here. But like, what's the biggest size clock you've made?
The average size clock I make is 36 inches
Okay, 3 feet.
round. That's a statement piece. So that one or 24-inch. Those are the two most popular.
Statement piece, meaning like
When you walk into
people
a
wanna notice
room
it.
or to a house, it's like by itself, right? So those arches that you have when
Yeah.
you walk in, you don't know what to put in there.
Yeah.
Boom, clock.
Okay.
Yeah, statement piece.
I actually have one of those.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you need a clock?
I might need a statement piece.
You probably do.
And then I've seen other pieces that were also how do I describe this? Multi-pieces, right?
Panels.
Panels.
Talking about the paneling
Yeah.
where they're separate.
And so it's basically one piece. Do you chop it afterwards, or you make
No,
them all
I make
together?
them individually. So each panel I make separate.
Okay.
And those are a little bit more expensive because just having to do the work, it's cheaper, it's less expensive to buy a big piece than it is separate pieces, just because you have to, it's just more work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And how long does it take you on average from start to finish to make a custom piece?
depends on the type of piece I do. So if it's a geode resin piece and it's a large piece, let's just go realistic, a 24 by 48.
Okay. 2 feet by 4 feet.
So that takes about, from start to finish, if I have no clients, because it does take 24 hours between coats to dry,
Okay.
about 5 days.
How many coats do you put on it?
Depends. It depends on, honestly, what their budget is,
Okay.
because obviously I'm using more supplies.
Sure.
But typically, from the first coat I'll do a second coat, but I'll do UV resin, and I'll do different sections of it. That way, when I do the top coat, it's there's a bunch of dimension in there, so
Okay.
it looks like an actual geode.
Wow.
I mean, they all look like they're
Yeah,
geode.
yeah.
A lot of them, if I don't do that part, they typically look like a agate.
Okay.
You know, when you cut it open,
Yeah.
and it's like flat with really
One
pretty
color.
colors.
Yeah.
And then if they have a little bit higher working room with the budget, then because that takes a long time, because each one I'm individually doing, and then I'm UV with the flashlight each coat.
So that's what UV means. It means that you are applying a UV light to
Correct.
each coat, so that way it hardens faster. Or okay.
Hardens in general.
Okay.
Can't harden without that.
Oh, wow.
So because it's a light and I'm doing a big piece, each section takes 60 seconds, and it only does a small section like this.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do my own nails, so I have a couple, I'll have them set up, but
Say you do your own nails.
yeah.
So in between, you're like,
That's actually how I started art, is doing
Really?
doing my own nails during COVID.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. I do remember actually you starting during COVID. Now that you
Remember I
mention
was doing Amber's nails?
Yes, I
during
do remember
COVID?
this.
She'd come
Yeah.
over and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's wonderful. How's Amber?
She's good.
Yeah. That's great.
Good.
Okay. So I have a couple questions before we go into those. Hey, I just wanted to take a second. If you're enjoying this video, we would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button just below, the thumbs up that gives us a like, and the bell to get notified whenever a new video comes out. We appreciate you. Now let's get back to the video. Do you have like any nightmare stories? Like any clients that are just like unrealistic or anything that turned out really bad?
Only nightmares in my, like, just with me doing art pieces, you know. Actually,
I'm not talking about your dreams.
Yeah, there was one where, oh my gosh, I'm like, why do I even do this? I'm supposed to love doing this. And, you know, because when you're working with these types of mediums, you only have a certain time frame of when they're going to harden, right? And before I was working in my studio, or I'm sorry, my garage. Okay, it's Las Vegas. If it's over, yeah, you're not supposed to be working with that type of, with resin at all at over 80. It's not even 80 degrees as it hardens. So depending on how hot it is, determines how fast working time you get.
Yeah.
And so it was just hardening, and I was just having a meltdown, and it ended up turning out to be one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever done. And then once it was done, I was like, this is why I do this. It's like, you know, it's so funny because I'm so, you know me, I run fast. Like I'm very
ADHD.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
like
am
me.
clinically. I clinically am ADHD. Yes. But I like that fire, like that pep in my step, you know, and I can do 10 different things at one time. And as I'm doing it, I can hear all these other conversations when actual people that are talking, not in my head. So I'm a good multitasker. So I like that. But when you're doing it, you're like, and it's under pressure and everything's hardening. And because then if that happens, now you have to go in and it's double the work. Now you're having to sand it down, go to areas you didn't complete. And it's just and I actually sold this piece as one of my first pieces. I just begged someone to buy it. And I was like, please, I'll sell it to you for $900. Like, please buy something. And it ended up costing me about $2,500.
Oh.
Yeah. So that
because you had to redo it so many times.
Yeah, just the time too, and you know, I bought on Amazon, you know, one of those ACs that has the hose that you put outside.
Oh yeah.
So that helped
cool off your garage.
My whole garage, yeah. And then 2 days later, it was half off on Prime Day. It was lovely, but that actually has saved my life because I bought one of those ones you put the swamp cooler.
Oh yeah. Seen those many times.
Yeah, that wasn't.
We had them in our warehouse in Florida when we had our clothing line.
That wasn't it.
We bought these giant ones, these like huge orange ones. Then we built a platform and put them up high so that way it would circulate all the air. Yeah.
I had a guy come into my garage and put in special electric whatever into the wall, and he's like, "Wow, you're really smart." He goes, because he spent like $2,000 just on his stuff, and he had, I don't know what he put into his garage, but between my space heater that I bought, right, and that I could work full time or full all year round, I guess you would say, in my garage. But then with the sanding got so intense, can't really have any dust around the epoxy. So then I had to figure that out. So
how'd you figure it out?
I had to convert my that room that nobody goes in, the loft. Well, it's just me and the 2 dogs anyway. But yeah, I converted that into an art studio. One of my friends I've known a long time. He has a construction business.
That's awesome.
He's like a handyman, so he helped me. But
can you put like a vacuum on your sander?
Yeah, but it only goes so far.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
I have one of those. Yeah. But it's with the epoxy, nothing. I mean, one time I had where a fly got stuck in the epoxy, like I found out the next day. So
a fly?
A fly. Yeah, that's happened several times. Even just the littlest piece of hair. And because I'm a Virgo rising, so I'm very particular.
Okay.
I have to look at every single angle, and if I see it, it drives me nuts. So then you have to go in and resand it. So then I bought a polishing kit. I mean, a full-on, because I was watching this. I'm all self-taught, right? So I learned YouTube, just trial and error, mostly trial and error. It's cost me a lot of money to learn this. I would have been better off going to.
That's how most businesses work,
right? Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, instead of having to do another coat of epoxy, I can polish it, sand it. So I bought every single grit of sandpaper. I bought a wet sander. I have like 5 different sanders. I bought a polisher kit. Then I bought polishing to go onto my, your, what do I call it? Your
Drill?
Drill, thank you. Bought the whole kit for that. And just nothing worked. I even went and bought I can polish your car, actually. I bought a huge polisher that I was like, maybe this will work. And
get into mobile detailing.
Right. One-stop shop, and I just couldn't figure it out. So now I have all this supplies and I can polish anything other than resin, basically, at this point. It's like crazy.
So how did you fix the fly?
I had to sand it and I had to re-epoxy it. So yeah.
So you sanded the fly out of there.
Yeah.
Right?
I would have spent less time just doing that than trying this. But it was more for the longevity of saving money and trying to figure it out. And I just saw this girl on TikTok yesterday doing it, and hers turned out great. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because I even bought the same stuff she was using. I use that stuff. It's like, what am I doing wrong? But it does take a lot of patience. You have to. I bought every single grit of sandpaper, all the way up to 5,000.
Maybe YouTube it.
Oh, trust me, I've seen them all. I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't have a lot of patience either. That's why I like.
It's the ADHD.
Yeah, that's why I prefer, the Marilyn Monroe one that I did. We should put that on. I'm actually gonna put that on my website.
Marilyn Monroe one.
Yeah, I did. I painted her, and I did fiberglass wings.
Wow.
And pretty much gave that away for free too at this point, because it took me 6 weeks to paint her, and I just don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that type of art. I can do it. I don't enjoy it.
It's not your favorite.
I'm bored. Then I move to this. It'll take me. It's like trying to read a book. Give me a book. I'll never read it. It's just, I'll read it before bed, and I'll just read the first
then fall asleep.
Paragraph and fall asleep, and then forgot what I read. Reread it, fall asleep. Yeah. It's like Groundhog's Day.
So I read something somewhere once that most business owners, people who start businesses from scratch, in some way, shape, or form, have ADHD.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. I believe I can do. I mean, you should see how many things I try to do, like nails and. Hey, now I want to build stuff, right? Yeah. So it's like, oh, that sounds fun. And then I was like, oh, wait, I need to go back over here. Even when I'm on my medication. There's just no, my boss the other day, because I, have my other job too, and I'm always right there at the exact time. She's like, why don't you leave 10 minutes early? I go, I do. And then something happens, or, oh, I need to do this. Oh, I had this time.
Squirrel.
So, yeah. So I set my phone on Waze to, right before I get in the shower. Well, before I get in the shower, I go to Waze and I plug in work, and it tells me my time of arrival. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I have a couple more minutes. And I get in the shower, and then something, la-da-da, and then I look, and then maybe construction happens, and it's like, now it increased. I'm like, now I'm frantic. But then driving to work, I get there, and it's cool. Like, I like feeling like the pep in the step, getting to work. If I'm just like, la-da-da, I'm in sales. If I get there, hi, guys. What's up? No, I need to go in like right when I get out of bed. I need to be amped, because that's what's building, the velocity, I guess.
The velocity.
I don't know, but I don't really meet too many people that are just like, that are good at sales, that are just like, la-da-da, just, chilling, driving to work. Oh, stop at a yellow light. Like, are you kidding me? No, I'm cutting you off and I'm going through.
That's funny.
Right.
That's hilarious. Okay, so you have a funny story you want to tell me.
Oh, so, well, not really funny, but I actually, I wanted to be a makeup artist.
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to ask me, have you always wanted to do art? And I was going to say, actually, no. I wanted to be a makeup artist.
Which is art, by the way.
Which is art. Different form of art, obviously. But no, so my mom, long story short, we lived in Germany. My mom fell in love with my aunt's neighbor, and we moved to Germany. Random. I know. I was in pre-K. And
I lived in Germany.
You did?
I was born there.
Huh. Where?
Twice. I lived in Germany twice.
You were born there twice?
Yeah. Yeah. Really? Seems like it. No,
right.
I was born there, and we went back when I was in middle school.
Interesting. Do you know German?
Yes.
Oh.
A little bit.
Like Deutsch?
Bitte.
Okay. I don't know a lot either. I know like 5 things. And
I used to know a lot more, but when I lived there, I used to be able to speak, I wouldn't say fluently, but at least be able to hold a conversation. Now, I don't use it very much. And so I pick up bits and pieces.
It's in there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother is 5.5 years older, so he got to go to an American private school, and I was like thrown into fluent German school, and so I was a disaster. I got picked on a lot. I was bullied a lot. Gum thrown in my hair on the bus. Stupid Americans, so mean. And then my mom
Were
moves
they
us.
boys? Were they boys picking on you?
No,
Oh,
no.
boys and girls.
Mostly girls. And then my mom moves us back to the States in 3rd grade. That was fun, learning how to read in English in 3rd grade. Yeah, when everyone else knew how. Oh boy, I was like, anytime the teacher goes around and calls on you, and I would just start sweating. I need to go to the bathroom. Like I'd make up every excuse and panic attack. So that wasn't fun. But long story short, my mom had, I don't know where this mannequin head came from, kind of creepy, who just has like a random bald lady mannequin head. I did.
I try to keep 2 or 3. Yeah.
So yeah, random, right? And I would put makeup on her in my room. And so that was like the thing that I did. I have no idea where the mannequin head came from.
This is in Germany.
In Germany.
Okay.
So I actually recently asked my mom, because we had some conversation. I said, where did that mannequin head come from? And it was like just a bald head. It's very odd. She goes, I bought you that. I go, how? Where? What do you mean? Where do you buy one? Like, what? I thought we just had the head, and then I would just put makeup on it. She probably got sick of me trying to put makeup on her, and she's like, here's a mannequin head, and there you go. Yeah, which is smart, right? So I would do makeup on this mannequin head, and, when I moved back to the States and went to high school, actually randomly started art. I didn't even know I knew how to do actual art until middle of 11th grade. I got kicked out of high school. Had my mom told me, but our mail kept getting sent back. My mom never told me she was faking our address to go to the good school. And never told me. And so the mail kept getting sent back. I guess her friends moved from the house she was lying about. And the mail kept getting sent back. And I was like, okay, well, so I get called in the office, and they're like, so your mail kit, did you move? We need you to update your address. And I was like, that's not my address. This is my address.
You threw your mom under the bus?
Yes, this is my address. And they're like, that's not even in our district. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Cool, Mom. Had you told me, I would have totally just...
So next time, Mom's going to have to get you involved in a lie.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, had I known I would have to go to the school I had to go to, I would have memorized that fake address. So you have no idea.
So did they make you move?
Oh, yeah. Got kicked out middle of 11th grade. And so the new school didn't have any of the classes I was taking. I was in drama, and then I was in AP psychology. They didn't have that. I mean, now it's beautiful. Now I'm like, yes, I graduated from there. But when I went there, it was ghetto. I mean, they used to put oil on the fence, at least a 20-foot. It had to have been higher than 20. High fence, because people would run and ditch, and they would jump the fence.
They would oil the fence?
Oil the fence, yes.
So they'd slide down?
Yes, no joke. I mean, we had portables. It was bad. Like, there was a lot of pregnant girls there. It was in the ghetto, for sure. Now it looks like the Cosmopolitan. Yeah. You drive by, it is beautiful. But, so when I went to that school, I had 0 period government econ, and then I had 1st period bowling. And then I had, I was a teacher.
So you can bowl? You're a good bowler.
Oh, yeah, I'm a good bowler. My average is 187. That's right.
Can you imagine if a school these days put oil on the fence? What would happen?
I don't even know. Could you imagine these days? I mean, we were in high school doing beer bongs in the parking lot before, like in front of the bowling alley.
With
like,
the teacher?
It was so bad. No, not with the teacher. Behind the teacher's back. It was so bad that they didn't offer that class anymore after our semester. They're like, yeah, no. We were bad kids. But I used to sneak people out in my trunk, because I had free 5th and 6th period. So that's where my story is going. So I took art because they didn't have sign language. So I was like, I guess I'll just do art class. And because I'd done all the smart classes at the other school, I had a lot of electives. And I had free 5th and 6th period. That's when I was going to esthetician schooling.
Okay.
So I actually got my esthetician's license before I graduated high school. I did night school. Yeah.
That's great.
But in art class, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but okay. And then the teacher's like, oh, okay, you got to do this monochromatic, whatever. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. And it was beautiful. I did Starry Night, and my parents still have it to this day, hung in their house, framed. And then I submitted it. The teacher's like, you need to submit this. There's some contest going on. And I won. I won like $500 and like dinner at Chili's or something. I don't know. But
Chili's is a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal back then.
What is monochromatic?
So it's when you take one color. So let's say red.
Okay.
And then you can only mix that color to make other colors with white or black.
So it's all some version of red.
One color, yeah. So it's with only using white or black. So I picked red. It turned out really cool, actually. We'll plug it into this, to the pod. But I did a really good job. And then I did a blue one, which was really cool, but it wasn't really monochromatic because there's some yellow in there. But so after that, it was history. And then when I was living in LA, I was going to makeup school. And then after that, I shortly realized that it's not the glam. I thought I was going to be like a makeup star, doing it for the stars. It's not. It's a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of people snapping at your face, makeup, makeup, makeup. And it's hot and you're the first one there, last one to leave. You're carrying all your crap, in your suitcase. And it's just, that's why when my friend called me and she's like, move to Vegas, I was like, oh, no. And she's like, my dad pays my rent. I'm like, I'm out of here.
I'll see you Tuesday.
He paid our rent for years. It was great.
That's fantastic.
I know, fantastic.
So what inspired you to eventually do what you do now?
So I think during COVID, when I was doing nails and stuff, then I started looking at the, what is it called? Capsulated.
Okay.
I think it's called capsulated. Yeah. Where they would do pretty much what I do, but on a nail.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, that's so cool. So I always wanted
with different layers.
And I wanted to recreate it. And I learned how to do my own nails by doing hard gel, like the hardest thing. I didn't even do, what's the other one that they do? Acrylic.
Okay.
I just started off with the hardest thing to learn because
that's how you roll.
Not on purpose, of course. But, and so I was watching and I was like, wow, so you could do these colors and then you sand it down and you do other colors and then you do the hard gel on top. And then it looks like has different dimensions in it. And I did swirls, and I just started getting into it. And then I said, I wonder if I can do art like that. And I had Googled on YouTube, and I found somebody else that was doing something similar.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, oh, I can do it. And so that's kind of what started the whole art thing. I mean, I wanted to make money during COVID.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, how can I make money? And
it evolved to what it is today.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you see the vision of your business? Like, let's move forward 5 years from now. Where's your business at?
So I like how it's my own brand. My vision is being in hotels and being in like high end. I'm saying buy my art now before this happens because it will be worth a lot of money, right? So high end homes, right? So I mean, I've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of the multi-million-dollar people. Where do these people live, or
the builders?
Where do they hang out? Not even the builders. So I've reached out to so many people, and it's really just word of mouth at this point because, I know a lot of people in real estate, and once you sell the house, you're kind of just goes through escrow, and you're kind of part ways. Yeah. It's not, and typically they're not trying to have, I don't know, really. They don't want to really associate. Maybe I'm even offering 20%. Like if you find me somebody that buys something, refer somebody to me that buys something, I will give you 20%.
You know what we call that? It's called an affiliate.
Perfect.
If you need somebody to help you set that up, let us know.
I will. Mm-hmm. So I'm letting you know right now. That was your key.
Yeah. It's actually already built into your software. That where your website is. But we can walk you through it.
Okay.
It's very easy to do.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, but that's what I've been doing. I've been hours and hours just trying to figure out even influencers on social media. Yeah. I've been going to. It's just that it's not. It's not very well talked about. Hey, I need art in my home. I mean, who says that? Mostly, it's like, hey, let's go get a drink and talk about whatever. Not. Yeah. Right. So.
True. Yeah. So, where can you find? How do you get your pieces out there then? Like I guess that becomes the next question. Is like, if that's your goal, that's your vision. Like, I would sit down and brainstorm. Like maybe you do reverse engineering. Like, where do I find these people? How do I get my message in front of them? How do I get my post in front of them?
That's been the biggest struggle. One is because I do custom, right? So I don't have like a gallery or where you can go in like, and a lot of people that need artwork, majority of my clients aren't very artsy in their mind. So they have no idea where to even start. That's why they're like, I just trust you. So that's been the hardest thing is getting getting out there, really, is getting my name out there, just because there's only so many people that you can call and say, buy something from me, right?
So in your newly made studio at home, do you have a wall that you can dedicate to photos?
I do.
Maybe put a light above it or something like that?
I have all that. I mean, I have all these lights.
Professional cameras?
Oh, yeah.
So are you taking pictures of all of your art? And I would stick it on the wall, take pictures of it, and then create your own gallery, right?
Which I have.
Virtual
Which
gallery.
I have it on all my social medias and all that. It's hard to take. That's one thing with the epoxy. My textured art and the other art is really easy to photograph, but the epoxy, because there's that glare on there, it's almost like you're taking a picture of like a glass.
Yeah.
You know, so that's been probably the hardest struggle, is that glare. That's why it's really hard to see the depth of it in photos and videos and stuff that I post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's always me in it too. So
like a selfie.
I'm over here trying to, ducking and doing all sorts of things to try to get the right angle. And I'm in pretty much all of them, but that's pretty much, I mean, mostly word of mouth. I've gotten a lot of people that have messaged me, hey, someone, so-and-so referred you, and anyway, you can come over. I mean, I've paid for ads on social media. That hasn't really gotten me too far.
Yeah, I don't know that you're going to find a lot of people searching for custom art on Facebook.
Most of them are searching, like, how do I make money?
Google.
In this economy.
Yeah.
And I want, I really, it'd be nice to have the clientele that's the higher end clientele that doesn't mind, dropping money on art. There's a lot of people. And
have you thought about doing influencer marketing?
Yeah.
Like finding an influencer who's got a good following, doing a piece for them for nothing.
This is the problem. Nobody checks their DMs. Nobody checks their messages. I've sent hundreds upon hundreds of messages. I'll even click and go into and send their email to their management.
Yeah.
All of that, and not one response. Mm. Or mostly I get back is the email is actually no longer. It's like doesn't even work. Mm. It's like how it resends it back to you, and you're like,
it bounces.
It's literally from their Instagram. Like I clicked on it, contact email.
Yeah, they haven't updated it. So probably what's going on.
So, but because you can go in there and tell if they read it, it'll show you, And so between Facebook and Instagram and all this, I'm like, how do you get a hold of these people, right?
Yeah, true point. So, like, how much is a typical piece? Give us a price range. Like, what do your pieces run from low to high? Give us the highest and the lowest.
So lowest around 500.
Okay.
So you can get like a nice clock for 500.
Okay.
And then, I mean, I've sold pieces for $8,000.
Okay.
Big ones.
There you go.
But they probably range about, I would say average like $1,500 for like a decent, beautiful piece, like a 2 foot by 4 foot. Now if you want fiberglass, then go lower. Just really depends on. I had a client say my budget's $7,000 and I did it for $5,000. I'm like, okay, well I can do it for this, right? So, especially because it was a guy and he wasn't really into like the crystal thing. He was like, relax on the crystals, just like a little bit. I'm like, okay. So I was able to spend more time and do more things on that piece because he had a higher budget. Mm-hmm. So I could spend more time doing things.
Sure.
Because it wasn't spent on crystals or anything, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So you have a website, right?
A website.
You want to tell people what your website is?
Corey Swift Art with an E.
Probably spell it, right? Because it's Corey spelled
Corey.
Yeah.
Swift, like Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Art. Every single social media is Corey Swift Art. So my Instagram, my LinkedIn, my TikTok.
How's Taylor these days?
Facebook. She's great.
Yeah.
She's doing great.
Yeah. Wonderful. Tell her I said hi.
I will.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful. And so if they want to order something, they order it on your website or they reach out to you on the website?
They can do both. It's easier to email me. Yeah. So because on my website, it's just basically photo, because it's all custom. It's photos of the previous art that I've done, not all, but there's, photos of art that I've done in the past. And it kind of gives you a range of the sizing and how much is each size. If you want a custom, which I do actually need to probably put that on my website, a custom range to email me a custom so we can kind of go from there.
Okay.
So it helps when I know, the sizing, the budget, and things like that. That way I can kind of guide the individual.
Okay. Wonderful.
So, but I work with all budget types, right? So, I mean, I've sold big pieces that look like they're $5,000, and I've sold them for, $2,000. So
Okay.
it kind of just depends on the material. Like I said, if people are okay with fiberglass and not, crystals, I always put a little bit of crystals on there just because. But fiberglass is a lot less expensive
Okay.
than crystals. So,
Do you have a favorite piece that you've done?
I have a favorite clock that I've done. It's actually on my website. It's this green one. It's really cool. My friend loved it so much. I was going to go in a bedroom, and she put it in her entryway. It was so beautiful.
In her arch.
In her arch, yes. Actually, yeah. Yeah. And then I don't have a favorite. I have a few favorites.
Okay.
The one that the disaster one is one of my favorites. That one was the least expensive I've ever sold favorite.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This big piece I just did for my client that I was just talking about that didn't want too many crystals on it. That one's one of my favorites because it's a big piece and it's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So, and all my panels are on 2.5 inch.
Okay. So it's thick.
It's thick.
Yeah. That's not
It's
not
a
cheap.
panel, but I mean the lip around it is thick. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so CoreySwiftArt.com. If somebody reaches out to you, then and they want something custom, then they'll reach out to you through your website. And if not, they can place an order right on the website. I would imagine most people probably reach out to you and ask for custom pieces.
Yeah. Or they'll say, is this one still available? Even though in the description I say custom made to order.
Right.
This is not available.
People don't read. They don't read.
I know. That's okay. So I say, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Certainly is available. This size and colors is what you like. Oh, well. And then that's when they say, oh, well, I mean, do you do other colors? I do. I do other colors. Yes. I can do any color you want because this piece is not available anymore, but I can make one similar. And nothing is ever going to be exact because you just can't. It's completely impossible.
Yeah.
There's never going to be another replica. It's always going to be one of a kind, which is nice. And like I said, I can do any type of art. I mean, I've been getting into some cool texture art lately as well because that one's a lot less expensive.
What is texture art?
So texture art is applied by using like stucco.
Oh, so
and
it's rough.
and all sorts of stuff. Actually, I made a cool piece. I made this volcano piece. Randomly, my friend's like, "Can you do this?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll try. I mean, why not?" Out of toilet paper and glue, wet toilet paper, like glue and water, and mixed it around. And it's very interesting what you can make out of just random things around your house. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
So yes, I've been getting into some really cool textures because it's less expensive. It doesn't cost me very much to make. The materials aren't expensive. And that way, if I'm working with a client that's on a budget but wants some nice art, then
Sweet.
yeah.
Okay. Well, CoreySwiftArt.com is your website.
Yes.
I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you had fun. Yeah. First time.
First time for everything, right?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.